Hi, it's me again. Okay, today's lighting is gonna be a little, you know what? Before we start, anyone who's watching the video, I'm just gonna turn my computer down so there's not too much of a blue light glare on my glasses. Because last time I rewatched my shit, I was like, ooh, that's annoying. But before we officially start, I just want to show you guys this amazing thing. If you're a man and you have no interest in makeup, just give me a minute, okay? Let me just plug the girls. Girls, I put my flashlight on. I just want to show you my lips today. Ooh, look, look at that shit. Look how shiny it is. Like, okay, oh, okay, there we go. Look how glittery. Look how shiny. It's Queen. It's Queen. The lip gloss is, the brand is Queen. That's it. Choose your own color. I don't actually know which one I put on today. I can't tell you, but pick your own one. I don't really want to influence you to buy the exact one I have, but buy the one you like. Okay? Go to Queen Cosmetics and find out what this is. I can't. I Guys, I know this sounds like crazy, but like any girl who's watching this, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, go watch the video. But like, look at it. Look at that. Okay, sorry. For those who you don't really know me, I love makeup. I love it. I'm trying to not scream into the mic as much, but I love makeup. I think makeup is really fun, and I especially love lipstick because I just do. Okay, let's dive in on what we're going to talk about today, which is movies. Bum, ba, ba, ba. Yeah, movies. I think when we talk about movies, this first of all, this can go on forever. Really, this topic we can talk about this nonstop, which is great because I can do more episodes on it. But let me be selfish today. I just want to share some recent ones that I rewatched recently that I really like, and just talk about movie in general, like I should. Anyways, okay. So, for those of you who are not familiar, I have a tattoo here and it says red rum. And if you don't know what, not Playboy Cardi red rum, okay? Don't get it. Don't get it wrong. Red rum from The Shining. From, yes, I know it's a horror movie and I'm notoriously really scared to watch horror movies, but I think The Shining was in the horror. It wasn't a horror movie in the traditional sense. It was one of the, I would say, one of the biggest piece of cinematic work that is irreplaceable. Just no one can replicate it. No one can top it. It has this top tier position. And if you like movies and you haven't watched it, go watch it first and then come back and tell me I'm right. Yeah. Okay. So one of my favorite movie is The Shining, and it's because it's Stanley Kubrick. Do I need to say more? It's Stanley Kubrick. And you're like, hey, I'm just like 23, 24. Again, I'm just going to say this every episode. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, really listen. I say this because I care. And I say this out of love. Internet is a tool. Use it correctly. So if you don't know who Stanley Kubrick is, just use anything to find out who he was, what he did, how he did it. You will be down this rabbit hole and you are welcome. His world is infinitely fascinating, and we're just here for it. I'm here for it. I think a lot of people are here for it. And a lot of people, who would be one of his biggest fans is David Fincher, which also is one of my favorites. And I really think the way he does movie is really great. He has some misses. He has like at least two misses in my book out of his discography, but most of them are just also irreplaceable, classic, good, articulated movies. I think, and Seven from him is, oh my God, like Seven, the opening scene for Seven is one of the best cinematic editing and art direction and film cinematography, cinematography, and also photography direction and the way the playwright was written. Everything was excellent. It's probably it's a heavy ass movie, but it's excellent. It's so good. The only thing I didn't like about it, but ingenious at that time, was because he cast Gwyneth Paltrow. Before you start yelling, I just think she's okay. She's not. I have nothing good to say about her personal stuff, like her wellness brand and her saying that sunscreen is toxic. To that, if the universe can transcend this message to her, if I can appear on her feed and be like, girl, do charity work. You have money and influence. Stop capitalizing on your fame and do charity work. We need you to stop putting crystal eggs in our punani. Okay? That's not okay. Just, it's not, I do not condone. That's that. But at that time, I think she was dating Brad Pitt, who was the lead act in Seven, along with Morgan Freeman. So that was actually quite genius to cast them because they were media darlings. So, and I can talk about, I think one of my favorite thing, the adaptation for that book, and then become the standalone film, the Gone Girl film that David Fincher did, was so good and so misunderstood. I think a lot of people don't get and still don't get that quintessential message of the movie. I don't want to spoil anything, but if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch it. And then I can tell you, your initial thought is you would see it differently if you see it from the girl's point of view and watch it again. Like, think of if you were her. If you were her and her character, not your character, not your identity, not your characteristic, your morals and your values, hers. If you think it from her point of view and listen to what she is saying, it will be a different movie. Isn't that fascinating? I love it how he can do that so subtly. Like, I don't think he set out to do that, but he did. And it's fucking genius. It's ingenious. So I would do that to my friends. I was like, hey, have you seen Gone Girl? And then a movie buff will be like, of course I have. Like, she's fucking crazy, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, would you like to watch that again with me? And I would kind of, because they've seen it, so I can't really spoil anything. So I just kind of pause it here now and then and narrate it a little bit from a point of view of a scorned woman. And he's like, whoa, I never considered that. And it's just, of course, it's dramatized. I mean, like, no, that shit, I hope that doesn't happen in real life. It doesn't need to happen. So it's a good storytelling. Ultimately, that's what movies are. They tell a story. So I think David Fincher have it locked down. And another director, yes, I do not have a script. I didn't make notes today. This is just me yapping. So you're going to hear some random thoughts. So the other thing that I really, really like, now this is a topic for directors, is there are these top tier directors that I like, and for some reason it just, a lot of them are men, which I'm not saying is good or bad. I'm just pointing out the facts. And I don't feel shame about it. They do excellent work. There are a lot of women, but it just, I'm one of those. I like thrillers. I like a drama. I like biographies. I like documentary about like fashion and music. I don't really like the crazy documentaries because that's just heartache. You're just inviting heartbreak into your life, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's a lot. So another director I really like, and I think this director is like the straight men's, it's like they all like it, is Nolan. Nolan. You have to respect him in the digital age that we live in, that he does not use AI or CGI, any eyes. And do you know how impossible that is? And the fact that everyone knows he will make a hit. And they give him the budget to do what he does. And it will be a legend project. Every movie that he has done since Batman Begins has been hit after hit after hit. Like he doesn't miss. And I think one of the biggest reason is he's a avid reader. He reads books. He's like a learner. He learns things. He finds things that are fascinating. He doesn't just like, hey, butter me up, hey, I'm going to find fellow directors to go to dinner with and, talk shit. I think he's more very focused on his craft and he lives his life. But the most important thing is he reads and enrich his knowledge. And then that's how he come up with like really crazy ideas and stuff. He reads certain things and it would just tickle his mind in a way and just like, oh yeah, let's explore that idea, which is really, really cool that I like. Another director I kind of don't want to like, but I fucking like is Tarantino. The reason I say I don't want to like is almost like he's just using gore as one of his like things. But I also really like how ridiculous his movie can be. Like, I mean, obviously, like Django Unchained, that didn't happen, but like it's a story, it's a make-believe story. And one of the most underrated movie of his, like obviously I love Reservoir Dogs, I love Pulp Fiction, and I love Kill Bill. If you put those two movies on for the next 24 hours and you hey, sit here and watch it, I will. On loop, I will. And it's got Lucy Liu. What the fuck you want me to say? Lucy Liu is the GOAT. I don't care what you say. She's the GOAT. You hear me? I'm gonna say it again. She's the fucking GOAT. In all aspects. She's a painter now. Just love her. So, the reason I don't want to like him is like he's just perpetually, every time I see him in an interview, he's really fed up with Hollywood, but he can't walk away, which is really funny. Like he's just so tired of the bullshit. You can tell. Like he's just like, oh, why are you asking me stupid questions? Oh, I would love to interview him. I would love to have a sit down with him. I can ask him some really, really great shit. But I would say one of his most underrated, and I know for a fact that if you're just looking at the production itself, he worked really hard on this, I just had it, Inglorious Bastard. Yeah, I really like that movie. Like for the amount of micro story that are in that movie, and to thread it up and have, if you play it and skip the opening credits and the end credits, it will actually make a really like a weird loop. Because, okay, if you haven't seen it, just skip a little bit. If you have seen it, because I saw it recently, that's why I remember. The opening scene is they caught some Nazis and they are asking them for information, and the ones that won't oblige gets just. And then the last scene was also that they caught that dude and carved the swastika on his forehead. And then if you be like, okay, let's go find more and hunt more. Let's do more. That was actually just, you're like, whoa, whoa. I don't think it's on purpose or anything. I just saw it. I'm like, hey, the opening scene, it's also kind of shit like this. And it was like, oh, okay. It's almost like there's just a little a chapter of their story, and the next chapter is they keep going. Like that feeling. So, that's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, if I spoiled it for you, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not too sorry because that movie is not new, so it's on you. Go watch it. Let me loop back Stanley Kubrick a little bit. The reason why Stanley Kubrick stand out from most is he makes these masterpieces, and I'm not talking about box office hits. He makes movies that ignites people's interest and passion and will for movies. He makes not just art. Every time he makes a movie, someone should write an entire book about how, why, and when he did each movie, the small details, and have exams on it, because each film can be studied. Because his whole idea was, I think I read it in someone wrote a book about him, is his love for movies started from a young age, and he wants to do one movie in each genre. So romantic, like romantic comedy, or just romance, comedy, like a war thing. Like he has his categories. He wants to make one in each category. And by the time he passed away, he was working on AI, not the AI we're using. The movie is called AI, artificial intelligence. It had Jude Law, and it has so many people in it, and had that boy. See, I'm terrible with names. What's his name? The little boy from Sixth Sense in it. And he was immaculate in it. He was great. It was actually told from his point of view. Go watch it. Unfortunately, Stanley Kubrick passed away in the middle of filming, and one thing led to another. I think, was it Martin Scorsese? No, Steven Spielberg finished it. Yes, the two names I mentioned, they also did incredible work, but it's not on my thing. It's not on my thing. Yeah. So there are a lot of movies that I really, really like to watch. And it also depends on, like I would say, it depends on your mood, right? Sometimes you had a hard day. You just don't want to watch a drama. You really don't. I don't have the brain juice. I don't have any juice left up here to entertain any more fuckery. I just want someone. I think a lot of people will agree. Hang on. I need to drink something. I'm super thirsty. That is a bottle being opened, if you're not watching the video. This is not a plug. It's not sponsored, but I drank their kombucha. It's really good. This is their tea also. It's also really good. Go support local business. If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, you really should be watching the video. You really should. I strongly encourage you. And for my Chinese listeners, 如果你在听的话，我真的很推荐你就去看视频吧，求你了。Okay, but this is oolong tea. It's really great. Okay, so what we're talking about. Sorry, ADHD, man. Yeah, there's a lot of just I want to watch like comedies that are just like easy, entertaining. I don't have to think about it, and it could be potentially heartwarming. That will also be great. I go to bed all heartwarmed, So I feel like recently, maybe it's just me, but I really don't think so. I'm not talking about TV shows. I'm talking about movies. Lately, the only feel good, easy, and I was entertained, the movie is Fantastic Four. It's. Do you think it's an epic film? It was in the Marvel universe. I think it was okay. Like, it's not epic, but not everything can be epic. I think we're overstimulated by the old like Marvel 1, like 2.0, 3.0. I don't know. Like until the end game, every movie was epic. So I think it was heartwarming. It was wholesome. It was easy. I was entertained. And for some reason nowadays that seemed like such a luxury. You remember when I was really, really young. I remember like my friend would put on Big Daddy from Adam Sandler and just laugh their ass off. It's so stupid and so just no one took it seriously. It's not PC. It's not none of that. He's not PC. He doesn't give a shit. And it was just like a fun story to watch. You know, like I want to be entertained. Was he misogynistic in it? Yeah. Were there a lot of inappropriate jokes? Yeah. But I don't think anyone would look at him, when they look for a moral ground. I don't think anyone would be like, let's watch an Adam Sandler movie and find morals. I don't think he just want to entertain people. Even his murder mystery ones I loved. It was entertaining. Was it dumb? Hell yeah, in the best way. I don't want to think about how hard life is right now. I don't want to know another heartbroken story about some other people. I don't want to feel anything right now. Just distract me. And it seems like it's really hard. Let me ask you this. Think about it. Really think about what I'm saying. When was the last time you were entertained by a comedy movie that is just delightful? Like you will recommend other people to watch it because it was like wholesome and make you feel good. What was it? When was it? Like when did it came out? I even remember like even Little Miss Sunshine it was hard. They had some hard subjects in that movie. But I remember at the end I was like, oh, this is a great movie. You know, we just don't get a lot of feel good movie. I get it. Yes, I understand that we're all going through a hard time. We're wallowing in pain and sorrow and misery just spreads. But hey, I love the 90s and 2000s. I love White Chick. I love Mean Girls. I miss the era where you just can't wait to go to the theaters with your friends and you guys can make movie jokes on Monday. You know, like now it's like, oh, did you hear this crazy thing happen? Like, and that crazy thing happened. And it's like we're trying to out crazy each other. And Hollywood is riding on that shit heavy. And I'm tired. But to be fair, the last thing I saw that was really wholesome and makes me feel good. Every episode was the TV show called Ted Lasso. I even wrote on my Substack. I was like, I want men from Ted Lasso. I want a man that will be fit to be on the cast, not an actual cast, but you know, if that was real, I want someone from that team. You know, anybody. Well, probably not the guy who betrayed them, but like anybody else, not the bad one, the soccer team, the football team. So let's talk about movies. Sorry, ADHD again. That's why I need notes sometimes. Okay. Movies that I also really like. I have another tattoo on here. You can't really read it. I'll read it for you. It says, "There is no God. There's only what you wanted." It's out of context before you freak out. Okay. If you're religious, before you freak out, that's not what that quote means. In the movie, it's about a mother-daughter relationship. Yes, I have mommy issues and I also have daddy issues. So when I was young, this book by what's her name? Oh my God, I'm gonna kill myself. No, not really. Sorry. I mean Janet. Her name is Janet Pitch, I think. Oh my God, I'm gonna kick myself. Seriously? I have her book. Janet Fitch. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. I'm so sorry. Janet Fitch. She's probably one of my favorite writers because her shit is sad. The way she writes about pain is really mellow, but it lingers, if that makes sense. So this is that quote I just showed you is from a book that she wrote. It's called White Oleander. And they made a movie about it in, I think, 2000, if I'm not wrong, 2002. It has this stellar women cast, female cast. You see what I mean? 喝水喝水 Sorry, my voice cracked. That's why I'm thirsty. It's like a stellar female cast. You have to look it up. I shit you not. It's got Robin Wright. It's got Renee Zellweger. It's got Michelle Pfeiffer. And it's got this girl. I think her name is Felicia something. She's the Drag Me to Hell girl. And she also had a big moment in the early 2000s. She had a big career. Along with like all the other small teenage it girl that were coming up, like Evan Rachel Wood and bunch of like indie, you know, they all have very same vibe. Like even I would say a little bit back then was like Scarlett Johansson around the time of like Lost in Translation. Like all the little it girls, you know, like after Kirsten Dunst, because Kirsten Dunst is always the manic pixie dream girl. Dream, you know what I mean? One of those. So I love them. They were I aspire to be a pixie manic dream girl, but I'm more manic than dream. So it was at that era, and that movie, if you like a good drama, that one just like, it was so good. I love it so much. I have it tattooed on my arm. And I'm gonna read you guys one of the chapters from the book. You don't need the context. This is how she wrote it. I just want to let you in on what kind of movie and book that is, so you see. Okay, I'm gonna read it to you. Okay, for any of my Chinese listeners, I'm going to say the Chinese version after this. It was translated. I had ChatGPT translate it for me. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. So, it's called loneliness is the human condition. Cultivate it. The way it tunnels into you allows your soul room to grow. Never expect to outgrow loneliness. Never hope to find people who will understand you. Someone to fill that space. An intelligent, sensitive person is an exception, a very great exception. If you expect to find people who will understand you, you will grow murderous with disappointment. The best you will ever do is to understand yourself, know what it is that you want, and not let the cattle stand in your way. Isn't that beautiful? Like, I know it's really, like I said, she writes sad shit, man. I'm not saying like uplifting. You were just saying you want, you know, but I also appreciate good writing and good drama. And I'm talking about my favorite book, so leave me alone. Okay, so the Chinese translation, I'm going to read it. 我用中文把刚刚那一段说一遍，因为我觉得有很多大的词是翻译不了的，所以我就是用这一段，我就用中文，我用 ChatGPT 翻译的，不是专业的，因为我不知道中文有没有这一本书的翻译，所以没找到，我就先念 ChatGPT 版的 ，OK？ 好，我念咯 ，OK， here we go。孤独是人类的宿命，去培养它，它在你心中是一个撬开的洞，给灵魂留下生长的余地。不要奢望能超越孤独，不要幻想会有人真正能填满这个空白。敏感而聪明的灵魂是稀释的例外。若你执意寻求懂你的人，只会在失望中心。Sorry, my Chinese is really bad. 如果你是执意寻找懂你的人，只会在失望中心生暴躁。你能所做到的最好，便是彻底了解自己，明白你真正渴望的是什么，坚定前行，不让 这个字真的不会念，不要让凡事吧，就是小事情，凡什么之众，懂的人跟我说一下啊，那个字很难念，不会念，不让凡什么之众，阻拦在路途。我知道我念的很差，I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. Okay, so let's switch it back to English. The reason I purposely did that because I just knew some people would want to know exactly what that means because she used a lot of really, very quintessential English literature words. So it's really hard for people who are listening to know what I'm saying. Even though I butchered it, that Chinese reading was horrible. I'm really sorry. I'm trying. But, I come on here and I speak English just makes it easier for me to record. So I know you guys don't mind. And we can learn English together, And so that was one of the other movies I really, really love. And if you like it, like you say, oh, all female, like lead cast. I'm not saying there's no men in the movie. I'm just saying leading cast is all women and they're all really, really strong women to begin with. And Michelle Pfeiffer fucking nailed it. God damn, is she not a fucking gem? She's a treasure. She's not only beautiful, but she is. In that movie, I'm like, why did she not win an award for this? This is bullshit. Oscar is fucking bullshit. Again, I'm going to say this. For all of you people who votes and works for the Oscar, fuck you. That's all. Seriously, Oscar is bullshit. I know that got so serious all of a sudden, but like, it's like a popularity contest with them. Like, Parasite was a good movie. It was excellent. It was fucking great movie. You want to tell me that was the movie of the year? I'm not saying it's not a good movie. Don't kill me. Listen to me. You really think out of that year, Parasite was the best movie? Like, seriously? Okay, anyways, but I'm not saying it's not good. It's great. It's great. It deserves all the awards. I'm gonna side with the Asians. We won. But I'm just saying Oscar is bullshit. Fun fact. There was one year. Well, it was the year of The Departed. That was a big movie, right? Nicholas, what's his name? Oh my God. He's in The Shining. Oh my God, what's his name? He was in The Cuckoo Nest. Holy shit. I feel like a failure. All I want to say is Nicolas Cage, but it's not him. It's oh my God, it will come to me later. But the old dude. I'm sorry. If you know who I'm talking about, please comment. Please correct my dumbness, my brain fog. What is his name? Sorry, I have to look it up now. I'm so sorry. Bear with me. We're gonna do this right now. Let's see. I'm gonna kick myself in a minute. Let's see. What's his name? Jack Nicholson. Nicholas. I'm so dumb. I'm so sorry. Okay, Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon. We're talking about Departed. Let me correct my ADHD. We're talking about the year of Departed at the Oscar. I don't care what year it was. I don't care to find out. So yeah, Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, and all of the crazy people that were in it. And then the not fun fact, this is proof that I don't give a shit about Oscar from that point. I'm like, oh, ever since I was young, when I was young, that shit happened. And I was like, fuck you guys. So Ellen DeGeneres was the host. I know she has her own problems. I don't want to go into that. You make your own conclusions. You don't have to like her, but if you still like her, sure, do you. That she was reading the teleprompter, and she said that Departed was adapted by a Japanese anime show. And in fact, Departed, that movie, Departed, was a 1-to-1 replica of a Hong Kong movie called 无间道, If you don't, you're like, you said that in Chinese. What did it? Go look it up, man. I'm here to give you things. You should educate yourself. Draw your own conclusion. And the poster looked like this. Yes. And it has the most iconic Cantonese Hong Kong actors. Like all of them are on there. So it's like ready to be a box office hit and make so much money. It was a really incredible story. They did a carbon copy with more budget and more star power, and they obviously tweaked and added more. It was a carbon copy of that movie. And then I was like, excuse me, that was a Hong Kong movie? Like a tiny island of people make this happen. The Hollywood, even back then, that was still on its last leg, but the Hollywood of the East make this thing, and you can't get it right. And what's putting salt on the wound is she accidentally called Penelope Cruz Mexican, and then she came out and apologized because she was sitting there. And I was like, oh, so you can do that to her, but you can't do that to us. I don't want to say too much. We can argue back and forth, but the actual conclusion is fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. So that's that. You know, like from then on, I just like, oh, Oscar is a joke. We treat it as a drinking game now. You know, it's not, it's like, it's just not, it's not real. That shit is stupid. But anyways, I forgot how we got here, but let's just keep going. I'm just going to jump subject. Another director I really like, and because he has such a big part in my upbringing, because he used to be a skater, and he's really, I'm not saying he's a good guy, but I really like Spike Jonze. I'm sorry, Coppola fans. I'm really sorry. Don't worry. I love him almost the same. Like, I don't care. So Sofia Coppola, the godmother of the Pixie Girl, the, you know, Pixie Manic Dream Girl, that era, in a more delicate, elevated way. You know, I'm not talking about like 500 Days of Summer, that kind of girl, but more articulated differently, not rom-com. But she's very good at doing her own stuff. You know, Virgin Suicide was groundbreaking for me. I saw that. I'm like, whoa. But Spike Jonze, because see, sorry, I have to drink again. My voice is cracking. Sorry, that's just my habit. Every time I drink something, I go. Because Spike Jonze do a lot of cool, like he come up from the streets. Like, I'm not talking about like he was hustling. I'm talking about he skates. He's embedded in the street culture, and he did a lot of, you know, didn't he do something with like Lords of Dogtown, like that old ass like film movie? I could be wrong. I don't want to keep going on my phone and fact check, but he has certain like he's this humble dude that just makes movies. He's not too complicated. I'm not saying he's a nice guy, because the reason I bring these two up is because they were married at some point. It was like film royalty, you know, because she's the nepo baby of the Godfather franchise. You know, what's her grandpa's name? Something Coppola. Sorry. It's not, again, I'm really bad with names. Please don't hate me. But if you know, I'm not trying to rage bait you. Just if you know, put comment, correct my dumbness for me. That and Spike Jonze, they were married, and then they were all like upcoming. They were all upcoming, and we were all anxiously waiting what they're gonna do next. And also, Spike Jonze is very heavily embedded in the music industry, which I like. He contributed a lot of shit that I really like. And again, I just want to ignite that thing in your world. When he's like, what did he do? Obviously, I can tell you. First of all, I don't remember details. Second of all, I really think it's funnier and more interesting if you go find out yourself. There's millions, probably at least thousands and thousands of video made about him, and go watch other creators content. They articulate it way better than me. They did way more homework than I am. Now that I'm saying that, why would people watch me? Anyways, hey, I'm just here trying to link everyone together. Okay, I can do a whole episode about like who I follow on YouTube. Yes, YouTube. And not that I don't follow like the viral moments, the short stuff, but YouTube takes so much effort to make, and I appreciate long, well-made videos from YouTube. We can do one of those. Okay. So actually, now I think about it, there's probably just like 5 or 10 channels I watch like religiously all the time. And yeah, and not a lot of them is about music. But anyways, I think that's why I like Spike Jonze so much. Like, if I had to pick between the two, I would pick him, because it's just my background, like, I relate to his work more. But there is a fun fact. See, I wasn't there. I don't want to spread rumors because I can't confirm this, but there is a fun fact on Spike Jonze allegedly cheated on Sophia, and Bill Murray was a big actor that Spike Jonze really, really loved. And then again, I could be wrong. Don't quote me. This is just what I heard. I'm just reciting what I heard. That's why she casted Bill Murray in Lost in Translation. And Lost in Translation, it was a story that she needed to write about her marriage with Spike Jonze. And now, if you understand that, have some flashback of the scenes in that movie, and it will make sense more. It will have more of a, like, I would say, relatability to that. And even if you don't know that story, that the coming of age and being very just severely lost and sad about being lost in your life, it still echoes today. It's still so true today. It's so relatable today. But you get it. Like in the movie, in Lost Translation, her husband was a photographer who abandons her a lot. And, like, she wasn't as big as he was. And ta-da. If you want to find out what happened, I don't think, because they're so, first of all, because the people who love them don't care about their personal life. Second of all, it was never verified. But I did hear, like, if you put it in that perspective, you're like, oh, so if you watch in Lost in Translation again, it will I would say it will have a stronger impact on like her messages. It's not about, oh, this is like a hate movie. No, it's not. It's about her not knowing what to do and her feeling back then. And it's very so poetic and so strong, So, but, he makes some really good ones. Her was really big. It was a big movie. And her introduced Rooney Mara to Joaquin Phoenix, and now they're married, which is so sweet. I really hope their baby is gonna be as talented as both that they are. They just seem like, Hollywood royalty. That when I say royalty, I don't mean like loyalty. Sorry, royals. What is wrong with me today? Nothing. Hollywood royalty. When I say, I have my list of Hollywood royalty, and it's mostly people who never get. They have that Hollywood stardom where they deliver excellent work, but they have no interest in being in the tabloids. They live their little life. We live our little life. Their job is to transcend artistic output, and let them do that. And I have no interest in finding out their shit about their personal life. I really don't. I really don't. I hope they're just happy, healthy, and doing great things. I hope they're having a good day. That's as far as I can go. And I love those people, like I really don't care about, the more you know, the more disappointed you are, because no one's perfect, right? And we want them to be perfect and we disappoint ourselves and we aim it at them. What the fuck is that? Anyways, another like I would say, not even directors, but another genre of movies that I really think is like really overlooked. Not overlooked, and nothing is overlooked nowadays. That's just so not fair for me to say. But another genre of music that I really, really love is the one I mentioned before, like documentaries about movies and fashion. Okay, so let me make this super clear that no one can make any assumptions. I work in fashion. I love the output of fashion. I love the creation that a lot of designers do. And that's all. I don't love anything else about fashion. I don't like the hierarchy. I don't like the mean girl shit. I don't care if it's luxury. The reason I don't want to talk about fashion on my channel is because people want to talk about anything else to be included in that world. And I work in it. I appreciate it because my love for the output and the creation of this industry, but I don't care about anything else. I don't care about getting famous people to be my friend. I don't care about looking glamorous. Of course, I care about looking good. I feel good. But I don't care about the glamour of fashion, the exclusivity of it. I don't give a shit about it. Yes, there are some people like, oh, da, da, da. Those are the reasons that people get into this industry and they fuck up shit in this industry and do nothing but nasty shit. And you can see my passion about how much I dislike it. Borderline hate. I hate the general term is I do dislike a lot of people who work in fashion because they're not the same, that we don't have the same ideology, and they stirred up controversies and drama and unnecessary just negative shit. And it's so unnecessary. It really is. Like, tearing me down does not lift you higher. Talking shit about me does not make you better. And if you don't know that by just watching Mean Girls, if you don't know that, those are the people I'm talking about. They really don't. They just follow what has been done and carry on the nasty tradition of talking shit, causing drama, spreading rumor, blah, blah, blah. You can't say with that. That kind of shit. I would want no part of it. But do I love fashion? I fucking love fashion. I love fashion. As much as fuckery that there is in this industry, and I do mean by now is majority fuckery. And you can ask any creator that does stuff with fashion. And I don't mean like editors. They can't say shit. They're contractually obligated to be, well spoken. But like any digital creator that does stuff that for a fact that they love fashion, they talk about fashion like it's their life's work. And what's his name? Bliss Foster? I think so. I think that's his name. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. But universe, send this video to him. That I see him as he loves fashion. He loves fashion in a way that he doesn't mind the fuckery. He will push that shit aside. I don't know him, but it feels like he does his content purely out of the love for fashion, and he wastes no time to give you his point of view, his breakdowns, and what he knows. He would teach you things on his channel. Whether he's a good person or not, I can't say because I don't know him. I can't make any assumptions. I hope he is. I really hope he is. I think he should Might be, but I don't know for sure. But, you know, he's one of those that maybe I'm biased or whatever, but he does seem like he's, um, you know, love fashion versus those people who rates people's red carpet looks. I'm like, every time I see those videos, my inner bitch would be like, why would I listen to your taste? Like, why would I disagree or agree with you on anything? Like, I I think that's also a mean behavior, rating or berating other people's outfits according to popularity or whatever it is, your own taste, your commentary, and you think you have a certain taste, and these people get numbers and they get invited to things, and even though they are those people who love the glamour of the industry and not really the real true creational form. Oh my god, I'm getting so off track here. I'm sorry. But we can talk about this another time, but that's as much as I want to say about it. I will talk about fashion at some point, maybe a little sprinkle, but this channel is not about that. Like, I really just don't want to talk about fashion as much as I can. I'm so done with it. I mean, the people, the behavior. I still watch his fashion like a hawk. I love clothing that were created by people. Anyways, but there are really a lot of really interesting documentaries out there about fashion in general, what people did, how they did it, and books about it. But there is one that I suggest you go watch. It's a lot of it. A lot of stuff in there is like outdated, but it is probably one of the hardest documentary to get your hands on because it's really not well spread. But it did revive. Oh my God, what is his name? The Dapper guy who used to do like he would cut up bags and like Louis Vuitton bags and make like jackets out of them from Harlem, like ASAP Mob would like, he was the OG of like putting brands and not treat it like a precious item and not get too serious about it. But he would make it his own, and it's become the new normal now. Is this movie? It's called Fresh Dressed. I put the movie poster here. If you really like fashion and stuff, this is such a good documentary to watch. There's obviously a lot of like other ones like Dior and McQueen. I think there's more than one for McQueen. I think there is one by Sofia Coppola that is coming about Marc Jacobs. I'm really excited about that one. I wonder why no one has done a like John Galliano one yet. Maybe they would do that for the book, the McQueen and Galliano book. That would be epic. That would be so good. And documentaries about music. Oh my God. Like, if you haven't noticed by now, I love music. I love music so much. I don't know. I barely scratch the surface when my brain don't want to hold on to details and stuff. I'm trying to read as much as I can about it, do much research, but to be fair, I'm also really lazy. So at night, I'm gonna admit it, on the bright internet that there is right now, that I do doom scroll, and it numbs me right now. But I would jump back into more, content, like rich, healthy, nourishing content. And I do mean books, music, and everything, creative outputs. Soon, I go back and forth. We do have to take a break from everything. There is one that a few years ago, I think they won Oscar. It said, what was it called? 3 or 5, 3 feet. This is the poster. I'm gonna put it here. I don't want to butcher the name. It is one of the most underrated documentaries about background singers, like movie related, like documentary, music related documentary, and it's about backup singers. And it's heartbreaking, but it's also uplifting. And everyone in that movie deserve so much more than what they have now. And I don't mean God, like that documentary didn't do that much for them. And it's really tragic. But it's a nice film to watch. It's really good. You know what? I think I'm gonna do a separate one just for music related documentary. How about that? That would be a fun one. Okay. And it's almost an hour. This is just me yabbering about like some of my other stuff. Like, so I have two favorite films that's on my arm, and Seven is a big one of them. I'm almost like doing recap. I do have a lot of films that I really love. I love. And this is me segue. Like, this is a soft introduction. It's like I'm gonna start talking about movies soon, not just music. So I hope you had a great time sitting with me. Today is like very ADHD, but I hope you had a good time. If you have any questions, or if you want to ask for my recommendations or anything else, just, I'm wide open. Shoot me a DM or leave a comment, and please recommend my shit to your friends. Okay. Have a good day. Make good choices, and I'll see you soon. Okay. I promise. Come see me soon. Okay.